How, Alfredo, can you hear me?
Yes, how do you do?
I see that your microphone is muted. Could you unmute yourself?
Yes, just a minute.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me? I see that, yes, please unmute
Yes.
your microphone. Now your microphone is unmuted.
Okay, now well, thank you very much for the meeting. It's quite nice to meet you, Professor Neringa.
Nice meeting you virtually as well. I'm sorry for the confusion that we had in ATLAS.ti Cloud, and yeah,
Okay.
I'm so sorry that it was a big misunderstanding. But the most important that at the end we are meeting now, and
Yes.
today I'm becoming your student and you're my professor. And I would be pleased to learn from you about ATLAS.ti, about networks and what I do.
Okay.
Are you ready to introduce me to these tools?
Yes, please, Professor Neringa. Nice to meet you again. It's okay, the confusion that we had, but is we have, you know, nice to see you now, and I'm ready, and I like to have this oral exam with you.
Great, fantastic. So I'm going to send you a link that when you accept it, I will be able to see your computer screen.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to share my desktop.
Yes. And as you may remember, you have 30 minutes to talk about query tool and networks. And after that, I will ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Okay?
Probably we are getting together now, and I'm sharing my desktop, and you are seeing my desktop till in a minute.
No, I can't see it.
Just a minute. It is just now. We are going to see. We are going to choose this one. No, that one.
Hello.
Yes, now?
Yes, now I can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now we are going to start. Well, I had a PowerPoint, and I may show you my PowerPoint just to the beginning. It's a very, very short presentation. In my thesis, Professor Neringa, I didn't know this is another thing. Let me see my thesis. Certification, final documents. I'm going to start with my thesis. My thesis, I didn't know, this is why I called before Atlas, because I didn't know the ATLAS.ti. And my doctoral thesis was published in 2005, and the object of research, let me just put this, what is the contribution of the MercoCities project? MercoCities is a network cities in the South America, and I like to understand the project. So, what I did, I did the qualitative research. And in the qualitative research, I used to take all the documents and all the deployments of my protagonists, of the authorities with the city of MercoCities, and I just understand through the qualitative research. And in that time is very interesting, because what I had in Bogdan and Biklen, and the author that I review, that they used to say that qualitative research, it will cost for me a lot of time, and now standard procedures is very, very interesting. And then I did the speech analysis. And the speech analysis, I could understand all the interviews that I made. And as I didn't have the ATLAS.ti, and I use the word from Microsoft to count the words. So I use to count the words of means in Sussex and the words that means with failure. So the Microsoft through the word could help me in this way. You may see that is very artisanal things that I used to do. And then I count the sites, the area of the sites that promote the macro cities. And the conclusion was based on qualitative analysis that the official discourse had mystic and the valorization of local government, the Latin American Union, the benefits of network, the political of autonomy. But the discourse was an utopic one because it's a fake. So I had this study of, this was the mean that I want to tell you. First, to enter the ATLAS.ti. Before the ATLAS.ti, I had to do by hand, and it cost me a lot of time. And you know, when you have a tool like ATLAS.ti, I can promote and understand, like the presenter that I had the YouTube training, that he said that ATLAS.ti is a linkage, is a project in ATLAS.ti is a linkage of codes and quotations, and is like a canon to shout everything that you want. So you have a nice tool. So this is just before that I want to tell you. And now I had the presentation that I want to tell you, and how to work with networks. I have the networks is very important, and the real example that I just bringing to you is money and happiness. Are you follow Professor Meneghetti?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I can follow you clearly.
Okay, so I have money and happiness. Why I have to choose money and happiness? Because in your exercise you have children and happiness. How many children it is leading for the happiness of the couple. So I bring this very easy exercise just to show you and visualize the things that I prepare for you. The first network that I want to tell you is the document Financial and Happy Ever After is a story, a document, an analysis, a test about the couple and the things that how to deal with money and how difficult it is, because money is the second top of cause of marriage conflict. And in this document I had 3 codes and code quotations. Together before marriage they wanted 60,000 of debt, and another quotation. Since this was the first network of this document, so I'm just show you the first network. The second network, and it is very important for me and to understand the research of object, because I know that a lot of students, they don't know how they what are they researching. So they don't know the research object. Even for me, when I was in a thesis, I didn't know what I was studying. In first time, I understood that I was studying the integration of Mercosur and the South America countries and cities. But was not this research object. The research object was the city network. And when I discovered this was very important. So I had to take in my research the research object, and this was the first network. And then I have the displaying the semantic linkage about the principle of money, and this is continued by the first one, the second one, the principle of money. And then I have the synthesis of all the documents. Unfortunately, I have just 10 documents, and I have to select the 10 documents because it's very easy to pass the 10 documents. But even with the 10 documents, I could understand and to make a little synthesis of each document. And when you are the query tool, and you may query the documents that you have. So I have the research question: do analysts define rich man's happiness different from those happiness of the poor? And I had a lot of research questions, and I queried the data that I collect, all my 10 documents that I collected. So I want to understand what the data is showing me about the money. And I interrogate the data. And this was the routine to make the interrogation of the data. First, you have to check all the documents of the collection of documents that you have and the testimonies of the citizens. In the second place, you have to categorize, and you may do with codes. And then you have to check the research offered in donations. And finally, you have possibility to understand and to answer the questions. So this what the semantic things that I put in the quotations, and then I have a report and to edit, and then I have the relatory. So this I want to show you all the things that we are going to make in the oral exam. So I want to show you this was the money happiness, the area of the ATLAS.ti of my research. So I have a lot of things to show you. If you choose the documents, I can show you. If you choose the codes, I can show you. This is the code from that I imported from Twitter, and here is the codes that I made from the 10 documents. This is the code, and this was the memo. I like very much the memo because I can create 6 research questions of the 10 documents and the synthesis of all the collections of the documents. And I have the network. So I'm going to start to show you how the networks function, works. So I have one network that is very nice that I may show you. So money cannot buy happiness is an image. So I open the network, and I have a nice network, and I have the here. So we may just see a little bit and all the things that we have. So in this I was showing the network. In this document, money doesn't buy happiness, that I can just visualize, I made a lot of quotations. These quotations was also a neighbor with these documents, and these quotations is continued by this one, by this one, by this one, and this was the nice network that I can create with this document. And I can adjust a little circular just to show. And Prof.Meneghetti, this is the main thing of the tool of ATLAS.ti. Why? Because the student, when you have this for the student, they can visualize all the codes and all the quotations that comes from a document. This is the main purpose of the tool. And when you have this tool, I can show for the student that because the student is very small things that he does. The student sometimes he just make 2 reference of the document and it's all right. It's just copy and paste for the text that he's doing. And this visualize is the main purpose of this tool of ATLAS.ti, because I may show all the pre-visualization than a simple image from this one. And this is a very nice image. Things that money can't buy is love, friend, dreams, a wish come true, happiness. And you know, when you have this, and to adjust the area that I'm showing, this is the main thing. And when I'm going to defend, when I'm going to pass for the audience the ATLAS.ti, I may do this area. And this area for the student or for someone who asks for me to have a consult is very easy for me, because is for the student to understand and to visualize the linkage of the system of linkage that Atlas can offer. And this is the main purpose of this network, and this is what I want to show you. Professor Meneghetti. Yes.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Totally, it was one of my favorite presentations, your presentation, because I strongly believe in the importance of this way of visualization as well as working with memos. Right? It's so easy to code and to create a bunch of codes, but we have to stop and reflect in our memos what we do, why we do, what decisions we are making, maybe methodological decisions or analytical insights that we are elaborating. So I really enjoyed very much your explanations, because we are on the same pace. I totally agree with you with all what you said, and definitely I see that you are very confident with networks and you are taking advantage of it. And may I ask you a little bit how you would suggest to work with memos? Or not with memos, with teamwork. Let's say that I have a group of 3 colleagues that we want to work together in ATLAS.ti. Could you give me a piece of advice how we could work together?
Well, actually, I have to share with my colleagues, and I have a tool that in ATLAS.ti to collaborate with them. So I just close this, and I have in my area now, and I have, let's say, tools, and let's say, to analyze, to ability to, let's say, let's find something to explore and to research, to analyze, and to, well, I used to say this thing, this tool, this area, I can you know, manage about another colleagues, and a way that we are doing now for with GoToMeeting. So I have to share the area, and I understand the things that he wants to share, to give me this support and some critics about my project. So 2 ways to answer you. The first is just to have these tools that I have to change the citizen and or the person, and another tools is to get together with GoToMeeting, and then to share the area and to receive all the critics that of my colleagues.
Okay, thank you very much. And may I ask you about your experience teaching ATLAS.ti?
Well, actually, I had just a little explanation of ATLAS.ti 1 month ago when I researched. It was a person that was studying in graduate, and she is specialized in ATLAS.ti. She's a student practices. She doesn't has a certification yet. So this was the first time that I understand. And even now I don't have the experience to share my experience, and I'm looking for this to first I have the certificate, and then I'm going to promote the ATLAS.ti and to bring to my university and to my colleagues. Yesterday I was talking to a colleague, and it was very nice, my colleague, because he is in that presentation that we had 1 month ago, but he didn't follow the instruction, and he doesn't have time to do this, and I did. And I was talking to him, and I told him that I'm just doing an oral exam with you today, and I'm going to share with presentations and a lot of effort to put this ATLAS.ti inside my university. And he told me, well, Meneghetti, I have to tell you, this ATLAS.ti is a cannon to shot a bird, because it's too much strong for our student. Because as I told you, Professor Meneghetti, the student, they just do some research with reference card, copy paste. He put 2 or 3 documents, and then he codes these 3 documents, and then they copy paste. So this is a nice tool that I'm going to bring to the university since now, from this certification oral exam that I'm just doing with you.
Okay, thank you very much. But you know what? I'm very happy to see that you have very strong methodological knowledge, and it's extremely important, because ATLAS.ti is just a tool, and it's really powerful tool and allows you to make easy projects and complex projects. But of course, the power of the software is in our hands as researchers. But I see that you have very strong methodological background, and this is the most important to become as an instructor, because to find where to click, how to to link one code to another, you can easily learn, but it's really important to make sense why we do what we do. Yesterday I had an on-site course of 8 hours where I taught ATLAS.ti as well. And there were a bunch of researchers who came to learn ATLAS.ti, and they said, oh wow, now it makes sense, all video tutorials, because video tutorials are just instrumental knowledge provides me, but in the course I understand why I do what I do. I understand why and how to work with memory, right? And so on and so on and so on. So what I want to do, just to congratulate you right away and say congratulations and welcome to our trainer team. I'm very happy to count on you. And from now on, as professional ATLAS.ti trainer, of course, we will support you whenever you decide to teach courses in your own university or all around the world. Just let me know, and we will promote through ATLAS.ti social media channels, as well as immediately we will send you a perpetual license of ATLAS.ti, because as professional trainer, you need to have a complete license, right? And work in maybe your own projects and teach as well. And on the other hand, if you feel a little bit not confident that, oh, just a month ago I started working with ATLAS.ti, no problem, because I'm organizing Train the Trainer session twice per year, every 6 months. And these sessions are totally free for you. Okay, so you come and we will update you. In 6 days, we will have one session about teamwork. As you said, intercode agreement is interesting. So we will talk exactly how to work in teams, what methodology behind it needs to be followed, and so on. So I strongly recommend you to participate in these events because it's online. and it's through GoToWebinar, like today, GoToMeeting, and in 2 hours we will keep you updated about what's new and provide some tips and tricks about ATLAS.ti. So once again, congratulations. I'm really happy to welcome you in this our community. We'll post on on our ATLAS.ti website that you're a certified trainer, so people can reach you from ATLAS.ti website. As well, remember that whenever you will be organizing a course, ATLAS.ti course, you can raffle a license per course. Okay, if your course lasts more than 4 hours, it's not a presentation, it's a course, you can raffle a license. Just send me who's the winner, name, surname, and email address, and we will immediately send that person a license. Okay, so you can raffle a license in your courses, and to the rest of your students, colleagues, if they are interested in purchasing license, don't forget that you as professional trainer, you have a 20% special discount, okay? Always your colleagues, your students can count on this 20%. They just have to send me an email. I will write you here, you have to write to this email and say, hello, I'm writing you because I attended Prof.Meneghetti course, and he told me that I can count on 20% discount. And I will immediately send it, the discount, to whatever license, if they're interested in student license, professional license, whatever license, this discount is applicable. So it's really amazing because student license is pretty cheap, but the 20% is less. So keep in mind that. And yeah, from my side, just once again, congratulations. I'm really very happy to see how you approached these two tools. And I don't need to think more. I just have to welcome you to this our community.
Professor Neringa, you were very nice. I'm very honored with your words. And I studied very hard this month, and I have to deal with these tools. That is, I'm going to carry all my research areas and the things that I'm going to research, because I am working in a research institute from the government also. So it's not so in the university, but and there we have senior researchers, and this. I'm going to share with them my experience, and I like very much to all the words that you use. You know, I am just recording this because I forgot just to record our conversation, because you just bring me a lot of things that and routines that I have to do now, and this was very important for me. This was the day very important of the week that I'm sharing with you my feelings, my emotions, and I'm very, very happy, Professor Neringa, to share with you these incredible tools, and I'm going to share with my colleagues and my students that this is a wonderful tool, certainly is a canon to drop every documents that we have in our lives to do the research the best way that we can do the research.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. So thank you so much. It was a real pleasure to listen to you and learn from you. And in a few days, during this week for sure, I will send you a certificate as promised, a license for you, as well as I will add a document with all benefits and all advantages that you can use and you can take advantage of. So thank you very much, and once again, welcome to our team of ATLAS.ti trainers.
Thank you very much, Professor Neringa. Bye-bye, Neringa.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.